Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. This is going to be a video about 10 things that I have learned through my decade of working in the firearms industry. There are no sponsors to the channel right now, so how you can help me out is just simply by liking this video, commenting down below, hitting subscribe, all of those things. I do have a B channel. I'm really trying to get this B channel up and running. I almost have 300 subscribers, and when I make it to 1,000, I'll finally be able to start monetizing that secondary channel. It's not gun-related content, but it is action-packed content, from travel vlogs, skateboarding, longboarding, mountain biking, gym stuff, everything. There's got to be something over there that you might enjoy. Live a little dangerously. Check it out. Hit the card up in the right-hand corner of your screen now and give it a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you can't already tell, I am getting over a cold, so if I sound a little weird nasally trying to pump these videos out, even if I'm a little sick. For my background, I have of course been in the YouTube social media gun world now for over 8 years, which is kind of crazy to think about. I've also worked in, man, it feels like almost every aspect of the gun community. I started my life at big box chain retail stores called Gander Mountain. I actually worked at 2 separate stores, one in upstate New York and one down here in Pennsylvania. And then I made my way over to more of the small kind of tactical shops, where I worked at one shop with an indoor range for many years. Learned a lot there, got up into management there, and then finally I went to an even more awesome, incredible shop that I absolutely love and still work part-time at today, and I was the general manager there for many years, and now I am in the corporate side of the gun world. So now I am head of sales at the company that I work at. I'm doing corporate sales, no B2C sales, so I am going around to gun shops, I'm going to trade shows and other things, and I'm seeing more now of the corporate side of the gun community. Number one, in no particular order, is the knowledge transfer. Over the past decade, I have picked up just a wealth of information from working in all of these different shops. Without a doubt, the big box chain stores, it is very rare to pick up any useful information. The inventory is stagnant. It stays the same almost the entire time that you're going to be working at a shop. Very little actually changes, and usually it's kind of what I would consider more of a stepping stone into a real shop, a shop that handles NFA items that'll actually sell to people under the age of 21. Once you get to a real awesome hometown tactical gun shop, you will just blow your mind with information, and it will keep your mind unbelievably sharp. That's one thing that I will never forget over my years. The gun shop that you work at might also offer classes, specific concealed carry classes, etc., and you can take all of those almost always for free. You never know what question will be coming through the door. These are questions that are super, super interesting almost always. There's still that smooth brain stuff occasionally. And it'll always have you scratching your head, and if you at least walk around the world with your ears open and your mind ready to learn, you will definitely get a lot of challenging things, and it will make you so much ahead of really anybody even that has had a lot of experience in military, law enforcement, or any other aspect of employment that might allow you to carry a gun. This will help make you an expert of the gun, kind of autistically having an unbelievable amount of knowledge about guns working in the industry. Number two, of course, the deals. The deals working in the gun industry are extreme. On the basic level of things, you have something called Expert Voice, which really you can get access to with pretty much any job that allows you to work in the outdoor world, and it's a hub website that allows you to get discounts, pretty extreme discounts off of everything, and you can get 40, 50, 60% off of items on there, so that's incredible. But you also have unbelievable deals working in a gun shop that just walk through the door. You will have somebody say, hey, I have this gun from World War II that I want to throw out Do you want it? I only want about 200 bucks for it. And you can give somebody cash 200 bucks and walk away with a gun that's worth 1,500. Even if you try to give them 1,500, they won't take it. They'll only take 200 bucks. That, my friends, is what I call gun shop fate. And gun shop fate happens all the time. A lot of that stuff is not really the same when it comes to the corporate side of the gun industry. Little handouts here or there, but almost always the extreme deals happen at your good old local gun shop way of employment. That's just the way it is. Now, as a content creator, that is obviously unbeatable. That is how I'm able to get my hands on such a wide variety and extreme amount of different weird guns. It's all the random used deals that flow into the gun shop. And when you've been working at them for a long time, you can definitely find a few gun shop fate moments. Number 3, something else that I have noticed time and time again is getting your hands physically on a brand new gun that just came out before anyone else. Really, the only time that a lot of people have the opportunity to do this is if you work at the manufacturer that's making the gun. But the beauty of working at a gun shop in particular is the fact that you can get your hands on a variety of guns from all different aspects before really anybody else has the opportunity to get their hands on them. Now, on the corporate side of the gun world, you can do this at trade shows, going to SHOT Show, and going to all of these other smaller shows where companies are featuring products before they even hit gun shop shelves. So in both aspects of my careers, working in retail and working in corporate side, I've been able to get my hands on things that really the only other folks out there are able to see them when they finally make their way for sale to a gun shop shelf, which for a lot of manufacturers can be months or years after release. This one goes out to the corporate side of things and also really YouTube, because YouTube has allowed me to travel as well. YouTube is what also got me to SHOT Show this year in 2025. But traveling broadens your horizon even more so when it comes to just what is going on in gun shops in particular, and also at these shows. You meet new people, you network. Also, going to all these little gun shops. I travel with my job with sales. I am a dealer salesperson as much as I am a corporate salesperson. So I go to all these different gun shops, check them out, talk to people, see what the similarities are with this really cool shop versus this really cool shop in this area and all of these places that I never in a million years would have thought to go to. So that gives you just such a cool picture of what is out there. Number 5, this is gonna piss some people off, but you know, this channel is about realness. I don't cast any shadow on that. And this is not rage bait realness. This is just, I'm throwing up what I think. This community, especially when I got deeper into the social media world in particular, and also the corporate world, seeing how all of these other manufacturers work, meeting, shaking hands with other people that are behind the scene of these large corporations, this community is nasty, man. I've worked in a lot of different areas of life. I have worked in some pretty gross communities. The fitness community definitely ranks up there with just a toxic community when you really get involved. Of course, on the grassroots, it's cool. And in the gun shop world, if you get the right shop, it's about as genuine and wholesome as you can get, just having a customer, like kind of front lines relationship with somebody that you are selling a gun to protect their life, or you're selling them a gun to add something cool to their collection. It's a very wholesome opportunity. That part of the gun community is pretty cool. The corporate side, I love where I work now. That's not toxic, that's awesome. But seeing the toxicity out there of all these companies that put out such incredible integrity, cool, we're the best, we strive to be strong, and then when you see them behind closed doors, you're like, Wow. And SHOT Show is nothing but that. People smiling, shaking hands, being this awesome person, and then they turn around and they're just this nasty, toxic person and completely fake to what they are on camera. And that has been my experience with probably about 70% of the social media gun community that is out there. And there are a lot of great people. It is definitely harder to find those good people in this industry, in my experience, than it is to find the really shitty people. Number 6 is a fun one. I don't think a lot of people talk about this, but it's working in this industry is a very cool and unique talking point at any outing. Whether you are at a family get-together or you are at a wedding with people you don't know, depending on everyone's feelings politically, when you say you work in the firearms industry, it's a really cool thing because a lot of people say, oh, you're in the military or you're in law enforcement, and you can say, no, I'm not in any of those things. I just am an arms dealer. I deal in firearms in every aspect of life. Whether you're a content creator and you get to take a look at guns all the time, you are doing something that fills you with a really cool, just different thing. You don't do a 9 to 5 where you go in, and you sell things and you talk about TPS reports. You go to the Bobs and you answer the question of what exactly it is you do here. It's just simply different, right? I can go into my office and I can stare across the room at a post-sample belt-fed machine gun, and it is just, occasionally you sit back and you say, this is a pretty cool place to work, and it gives you a lot of really cool talking points that just not a lot of people have. So that's something, if you're looking for a new career field, it definitely gives you some unique things to talk about. Number 7, seeing political changes firsthand. So many people argue firearms, and yes, they know nothing about firearms, but I find a lot of the time, even the people on the pro-gun side that are arguing awkwardly know nothing about how these processes actually work. And that is because the only way you really get it is if you work at a shop. They just don't understand. And when something politically changes, you can see that lack of understanding on the anti-gun side, and again, even on the pro-gun side. Working in a gun shop, you are going to see that political change, for the better or the worse, happen real time, right in front of your face. You're essentially an on-the-ground reporter in the zone when it's going on. You are watching it happen, and you are implementing it, good or bad, immediately, and seeing what exactly the ramifications are or are not of something politically that happens. Now, number 8, jumping right off of that, is an understanding of 4473s, pistol forms in the states that you're at, potentially concealed carry information, ATF, and just everything as a whole. Hell, the E-form system, the NFA forms in general. You begin to have an understanding of how these things work better than the ATF and the government itself. And it will show you things. Jesus, the NFA system, I have run so many Form 4s, I can't even keep track anymore, and I have learned more about that system than I've ever wanted to learn. If you work at a shop that does not use Silencer Shop, because Silencer Shop kind of sucks if you work at a shop, spoiler alert, but if you work at a shop where you have a direct communication with the ATF eForms website and you put in the information, you understand how the eForm system works, you will have an understanding that no one else in this country has, and it will help you talk about anything relating firearms legislation, and it will help you debate those things if you ever wanted to, so much more than the standard average person that has never looked into these forms at all, or even the pro-gun person that has never really looked into this stuff. When they try to actually argue it, they can't even really talk about what the hell's actually even going on. They're getting terminology wrong. These are things that just doesn't happen when you work at a gun shop. Number 9, okay, I've mentioned it before. I'm your average gun tuber, right? I've never been there or done that in the military, but man, do you see a lot of people in this community come into shops, talk to you in corporate buildings and other things that have such a lack of understanding of reality of even just situations in general. People that are so far stuck down the what if rabbit hole that you're trying to talk to them about real preparedness, about real things that maybe are boxes that you want to check. And again, they're just so far stuck in the fantasy land, it's just insane. I'm not saying the fantasy land's not cool. I get it. We're on our 45th iteration of a 1/2 inch barrel length more for this specific what if possible situation where you might need 75 more yards in this case when this 1/2 inch less barrel length fails you because I read it on Reddit, right? Those types of people are just kind of funny to me. It happens all the time. Finally, number 10, if we just drop the elitism, the toxicity, the tribal style warfare between different stupid subsections of the community, a lot of this elitism has come out with this kind of like new age Instagram. I say vet bro, it's people that are veterans and non-veterans. You guys know what I mean. If we threw all that out and actually got together as a community, organized, communicated, we would be the most powerful community of individuals on the planet. Male, female, in between, doesn't matter. And yet we are the most disorganized, argumentative, stupid group of people half the time that I've ever seen, myself included. I get thrown up there as well. And working in the gun community, again, you see it front-facing firsthand. And it's just kind of fun to think about if everyone just got together, communicated, understood each other. It would be a pretty incredible thing to see just one large, hell, not even in the gun community, just any community, everyone get together and understand each other better. That is going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching, staying with it all the way till the end. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I'll absolutely read it. I'll try my hardest to get back to you. While you're down there, head up to the description, check out the ways to support the channel, and as always, stay tuned for more great content coming soon.